Veritone Incorporated is currently trading at $5.46, showing a notable intraday increase of $0.23, which translates to a 4.40% gain for the session. Now, that immediate upward tick might look like just another day of volatility for a small-cap tech name, the kind of speculative move that many retail investors using a platform like the Robinhood app might jump on for a quick trade. The common expectation is that this is simply market noise, a stock being carried by the broader sentiment in the tech sector. However, the reality of what's driving this specific move is far more nuanced and points toward a foundational shift in the company's operational strength that the broader market is only just beginning to recognize. This isn't just a random spike. It's a potential signal that Veritone's long-term strategy in building a core artificial intelligence operating system is gaining significant traction in highly resilient, non-cyclical industries. Most investors hear AI stock and their minds immediately go to the titans, the NVIDIA stock behemoth powering the entire industry, or perhaps the consumer-facing applications integrated into Apple stock. The general belief is that the AI space is a battleground for giants, and smaller companies like Veritone are, at best, speculative acquisition targets. This is where the common perception falls short. Veritone isn't trying to compete with these companies on their own turf. Instead, it has carved out a defensible niche with its aiWARE platform, an operating system that allows government agencies and large media conglomerates to process and analyze vast amounts of unstructured data. Think audio from police body cams or video from broadcast archives. The reality is that Veritone's success is not contingent on winning the consumer AI race. It's dependent on securing long-term, high-value contracts in sectors where data processing is mission-critical. Today's trading activity, characterized by higher-than-average volume and a steady climb throughout the day, suggests that more sophisticated capital, perhaps from clients using dedicated services like Fidelity Wealth Management or Interactive Brokers, is beginning to appreciate this distinction. Let's break down the recent trading dynamics. The 4.40% move today didn't happen on a pre-market gap-up driven by a press release. It has been a steady, consistent accumulation throughout the trading hours. This pattern is often indicative of institutional buying rather than a short-lived retail frenzy. The trading volume, while not explosive, is significantly above its 20-day average, suggesting conviction behind the buying pressure. When you analyze the order flow through a professional lens, perhaps using a tool on the Interactive Brokers platform, you see fewer small lot orders and more substantial block trades being executed. This is the opposite of what we often see in highly speculative, low-float stocks popular on social media. This is a quiet, methodical accumulation. This kind of activity is what sophisticated investors engaged in self-investing look for as a sign of a potential trend change. They aren't just looking at the daily price, but the quality of the buying. This contrasts sharply with the frantic price action of something like a meme stock, where volume is enormous but lacks directional conviction. For investors managing their own individual brokerage accounts, understanding this difference is critical to separating legitimate opportunities from market hype. Furthermore, this strength comes in the context of a mixed macroeconomic environment. While the broader market indices are digesting inflation data and Federal Reserve commentary, Veritone's move appears largely decoupled from these macro headwinds. This points to a company-specific catalyst. Recent filings and industry checks indicate that Veritone has been successful in renewing and expanding several key contracts within the U.S. federal government. These are often multi-year, multi-million-dollar agreements that provide a stable, recurring revenue base. The market tends to underappreciate the stability of government contracts. While a commercial client might cut software spending during an economic downturn, a federal agency's budget for critical data analysis is far more secure. This is the bedrock of Veritone's business model that the market seems to be slowly waking up to. Many investors using services like Schwab Intelligent Portfolios or SoFi Robo-Advisors might have their capital allocated based on broad sector ETFs. But the real alpha is often found by identifying these specific, resilient business models within those sectors. So, what does Veritone actually do? The company provides a proprietary AI operating system called aiWARE. Think of it as a central hub that can plug into various AI models, from voice recognition and transcription to object detection and sentiment analysis. An organization, like a major news network or a law enforcement agency, can feed its massive library of unstructured data, audio files, video feeds, text documents. The platform then processes this data, making it searchable, analyzable, and actionable. For example, a media company can instantly find every clip in its 50-year archive where a specific person or logo appears. A police department can automatically transcribe and redact body camera footage to comply with public records requests, saving thousands of hours of manual labor. This is not a futuristic concept. It's a practical efficiency-driving tool being deployed right now. Their revenue model is primarily based on software as a subscriptions and usage-based fees, creating a predictable and scalable income stream. Older reports from a few years ago might highlight the company's struggles with profitability, a common issue for growth-stage tech firms, but more recent earnings calls have focused on a clear path to positive cash flow, driven by disciplined cost management and the high-margin nature of these new, larger contracts. Many a retail investor might just glance at the top-line revenue number, but the smart analysis, the kind that helps with long-term online investing, is in the details of margin expansion and recurring revenue growth. Looking toward the future, the primary catalyst for Veritone is the continued expansion of its footprint in the government and regulated industry sectors. The expectation is that AI growth is all about commercial applications. The reality is that the public sector's need for data processing is enormous and largely untapped. Veritone is a key player with the necessary security clearances and proven performance to win these contracts. A significant risk, however, remains competition. While they have a unique OS-level approach, larger tech firms could theoretically develop competing solutions. However, the high switching costs and deep integration of aiWARE into a client's workflow create a substantial moat. A federal agency that has built its entire data analysis protocol around aiWARE is unlikely to rip it out and start over with a new system. This stickiness is a key part of the investment thesis. Comment below what you believe is the biggest hurdle for Veritone's growth: competition from big tech or the long sales cycles associated with government contracts. The bull case scenario sees Veritone becoming the standard operating system for public sector AI applications, leading to a major re-rating of the stock. The bear case involves slower than expected contract wins and margin pressure from competitors, leaving the company in its current small-cap range. The growth of online investment platforms like SoFi Invest and the availability of fractional shares through Robinhood have made it easier for individuals to take a position in companies like this. But a thorough understanding of these dynamics is essential before committing capital. Those utilizing more comprehensive services, such as the suite of Fidelity ETFs or Fidelity mutual funds, might find Veritone too speculative for a core holding. But for an aggressive growth portion of a portfolio, the risk-reward profile is becoming increasingly compelling. In summary, the 4.40% rise in Veritone's stock price today is far more than meets the eye. The common expectation is to see it as fleeting, speculative noise in a volatile small-cap stock. But the underlying reality points to something much more solid: a steady accumulation by informed investors who recognize the value of Veritone's unique AI operating system and its growing entrenchment within the stable and lucrative public sector. The market narrative is about the AI arms race between giants, but the real unfolding story here is about a company building the essential mission-critical plumbing for data-heavy organizations. The divergence between that widespread perception and the operational reality is where the investment opportunity lies. While the path forward will not be with challenges, the evidence today suggests that the market is slowly but surely beginning to grasp the true nature and potential of Veritone's position in the evolving landscape of artificial intelligence. Please like, comment, and share this video to support the channel. Disclaimer: this video is made only for educational and informational purposes. I am not a financial advisor. Any stock, crypto, or investment discussed here is not financial advice. Please do your own research or consult a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Invest responsibly. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video to support the channel.